friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia and today I'm doing the Your Answer Can't Be Books tag. This was originally created by the Book Buds and I was tagged by both Aaron Facer and David Wiley, so I will have all of their videos linked down below. The first prompt is, what is something that you own too many of other than books? And the first thing that comes to mind for this for me is fountain pens and board games. I have about 7 or 8 fountain pens and realistically I only need 2. Maybe even 1. I could get away with only having 1 because when the ink runs out I can change the color. I don't need to have multiple pens with multiple different colors. I don't do that much writing. I do enjoy having them, but realistically I do not use all of my pens super regularly and I have more than I need, and I don't even have that much compared to some people I know who collect fountain pens. Board games, again, for me, I don't have a huge collection. My collection doesn't look like David Wiley's, which is very impressive, but I have more games than I routinely and realistically play, which for me is why it counts as having too many, because I have more than I need and more than I get to. I have games that I haven't played in years that I honestly just need to get rid of. Prompt number 2 is, what is something that you do for fun that's not reading a book? I have a number of hobbies. There's lots of things I really love doing, like writing music and doing board games, playing board games, writing with my fountain pens, collecting fountain pens. But the thing that always is the most relaxing to me is doing a jigsaw puzzle. I feel no stress when I'm doing jigsaw puzzles. It's how I fully relax. So that's my answer for this question, is doing jigsaw puzzles. Question number 3 is, what is something special or important on your nightstand that's not a book? So my nightstand currently is actually our old TV stand. So it's really big. It's like 3 times as big as my husband's nightstand. So there's a ton of stuff on it. One of the things that's on it is my wedding dress that was preserved and put in a box, and I want to get a shelf to put it on, but I haven't gotten the shelf yet, so it's just sitting on my bedside table that's really a TV stand, and also my baby blanket is on my bedside table. Prompt number 4 is, what's something that you buy at a bookstore other than books? I only buy books at bookstores. Now, I used to occasionally buy puzzles there, but now I get most of my puzzles from my local board game and puzzle store. My dad did get a mask from one of our local bookstores here when he came to visit, and it said, "Don't panic" on it. And so that was really fun. Definitely could get a mask there. And the other thing that always comes to mind is bookmarks, but I don't buy bookmarks anymore because I have too many. So honestly, I only really ever buy books there. Prompt number 5 is, what's a fun gift that you've received that wasn't a book or a gift card for books? I honestly don't receive that many books as gifts or that many gift cards for books. I don't know why, but people, I guess, don't like to buy me books. Maybe because they're worried they'll buy something I don't like or that I already have. I don't know. I also normally ask for very practical gifts. When people ask what they should get me for Christmas or for my birthday, I'm like, a blender, I need a new metronome for when I practice, things like that. So most of them aren't very fun, but I was gifted last Christmas a season pass to my local amusement park, which I love. I have not used it as much as I would have liked to this season, but I still have a little bit of time before they close for the winter. So hopefully I can get in there a few more times. That's a really fun gift. I love going to the amusement park and just hanging out. They also have a water park in there, so on really hot days I just go sit in the lazy river and it's beautiful. Prompt number 6 is, what's a YouTube channel that you watch that's not related to books? I watch so much YouTube. So I made a list, and this is not all of the YouTubers I watch. I tried to pare this list down and only give you the highlights of what I watch. It still is a fairly long list, so prepare yourselves. I have broken this list up into categories though. The first one being low-hanging fruit, which is, these are pretty popular channels that I feel like most people have heard of. Some of the channels I will mention later are also very popular. They have a lot of subscribers, but they are a little bit more niche, so maybe a little bit less likely that you would have heard of them than these ones. In the low-hanging fruit category, we have the Vlog Brothers, the Try Guys, and Sophia Nygaard, all of whom have millions of subscribers, and I feel like I don't need to tell you that much about what they do because it is very likely you have heard of them before. My next category is lifestyle. For this, I have Jammy Dodger, who is a trans man and mostly makes content about being a trans man. Samantha Lux, who is a trans woman who makes a lot of content about being a trans woman. Phyllis Joe, who's a below-the-knee amputee who makes a lot of videos not only about being an amputee but also about mental health and having chronic pain and things like that. And Shelby and Madison, which is a vlog channel that follows an interracial lesbian couple that lives in Texas. My next category is health. The first one is Mickey Atkins, who I just recently found, and she is a therapist and talks all about mental health things. And Mama Dr. Jones. I feel like this is another kind of low-hanging fruit one. I feel like her presence is very wide on the internet, but she is an OBGYN and she talks about periods and pregnancy and things like that. My next category is music. For this, I have Mary Spender, who is a guitarist and a vocalist, and she shares some of her music, but she also shares stories of guitars, like one family who had to sell their grandpa's property or something, and they cut down a tree from that property and made it into 3 guitars, so each of the brothers could have a guitar to play. Really fun stories like that, alongside with talking to professional guitarists and professional musicians about how they stay motivated and things like that. I love her channel. I don't keep up super well with all of her videos, but they are always really great. Daniel Thrasher, who is more of a comedian musician, a lot of his videos involve music, but make it into like a sketch comedy, and he also does some micro songs to make you feel better. Those are always really fun. And Katie Flute, who's a flautist who studied at Juilliard, lives in New York City, does a lot of vlogs, but also some classical music thrown in there, especially duets for the flute and the violin because her boyfriend is a violinist. The next section is sustainability. I'm only going to mention 2 channels for this. One is Sustainably Vegan. I just recently found this channel and I've been really enjoying it, and the other one is Thrifts and Tangles. Thrifts and Tangles doesn't post super regularly, maybe once or twice a month, but Tyler, who does the videos, just seems like a really sweet person, so I love watching those videos. My last category is other. In this I have Karen Puzzles, who's literally just a channel that does jigsaw puzzles and talks about jigsaw puzzles, and I love it. And the last channel I'm going to mention is One Topic at a Time. This is another channel that I found fairly recently, but I've been loving his videos. One Topic, or OT as he refers to himself, goes through and reacts to subreddits. That's mostly what he does, is just go through and react to subreddits. And a lot of the subreddits he reacts to are r/trans or r/suddenly gay or r/accidental ally. And I think he has some really fun insights. And he's just fun to watch, and his laugh is contagious, and I love it. Prompt number 7 is tag 5 booktubers you want to learn more about. So I am going to tag Mason in the Dark, Katrina Reads, Miss Reads a Lot, Steph's Bookish World, and Rachel's Reading Nook. That was the Your Answer Can't Be Books tag. This tag was super fun to do. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you want to, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!